Wow. How do people determine is it just something you call a clinic and say, are you using my stem cells? Or
Yeah, that's a great leading question is where do you get your stem cells?
so if a clinic gets stem cells from yourself, then they obviously have made a commitment in time, energy, research, and equipment to make sure they have great outcomes.
That's correct. It's got to be bedside. You've got to be able to have the cells, what we call harvesting your stem cells, and be able to re-inject them within an hour's time.
So time is crucial.
Absolutely.
So taking care of the biological material, doing it in a quick fashion, processing it, getting it back into you within an hour shows that practice has a commitment to professionalism.
That's right, because now you know you're getting live cells. And one of the beauties of today's medicine is we can actually have cell counters, and we can count the cells, and we can see that they're living cells. And
so you know right off, you can look under a microscope after you shockingly enough could find a little fat on my body,
right,
and pull out the stem cell. You would be looking at those stem cells and know immediately.
Right.
That's got to give you a tremendous, or as a patient, I should say, a tremendous amount of comfort.
Well, absolutely. It's nice to be able to go to the patient and say, wow, this really turned out fantastic. We got a large number of stem cells, and we can tell you how many you got, which is nice.
And the other thing you said a little earlier is that the amount of stem cells that you're processing is grown exponentially in the last couple of years.
That's correct. We're getting better and better at processing the fat.
Wow. What are some of we talked earlier about success stories.
Yeah.
So right now, it would seem to me that a lot of people, obviously arthritis and bad joints, but the autoimmune,
right,
that could really change medicine to a tremendous degree.
Very much so. There's a lot of people out there who could really benefit from, again, being able to concentrate their stem cells and then reintroduce them through an IV or as an injection if it's going to be, again, for a joint or some other types of aging maladies, you might say.
And that's, from just a population standpoint, there are a lot of us in our 50s plus
Sure.
who have things going wrong. When you do a procedure, how quick, for instance, let's say I came in for my knee, and mine is truly bone on bone. I've seen the x-rays.
Okay.
Am I beyond help? Do I have to do a knee replacement, or is there something even bone on bone?
No, if it's truly bone on bone, and you can see it on an x-ray, it's obvious. Usually we'll recommend they have a knee replacement because, to be honest, it's unlikely it's going to come back to a degree that you would appreciate it, that you would say, hey, it's doing fantastic, I'm good to go, I'm back skiing. That's just not likely to be the reality. Grade 3s and less than that are typically a good outcome. More than that, that would be considered a grade 4 type osteoarthritic
And I have
knee.
the other knee has still got some cartilage left.
Right, which
So
would
that
be a
would-
good time to do the other one. If the other one's shot and there's no, we're just not going to save it, it's really good to look at the other knee because more often than not, the other knee is just several years behind it.
And my formerly good shoulder.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, I'm half bionic, I think, by the time everything is done.
Right.
So that's great. So helping people with arthritis and joints, but circling back to the autoimmune, what are some of the other maladies that stem cells, maybe not today, but 2 or 3 years from now, that you're going to be able to help people with?
I see it as a fantastic option for people with diabetes now. Diabetes, as you know, has grown exponentially over the years and is...
Our diets are...
Yeah, unfortunately it leans towards it, for sure. However, what we're discovering, and we just had another case of this the other day, where we were working with a gal, and it was more for her knees, but she did have diabetes as well, has had diabetes for 20 years, and on insulin. So we went ahead and did her knees, and we talked about the possibility that we're seeing that across the board with diabetes, is that the stem cells, again, as they're introduced back into the body, as they excrete these exosomes, it seems to be making the cells of the body more insulin sensitive. Because that's why we get type 2 diabetes in the first place. That's where it comes from, is our cells simply become insensitive to insulin.
How exciting is that, to have a discovery that something that you thought stem cells would never be able to help, and then find out that they can...
Well, for a lot of people, that's a life changer.
How many people have diabetes in this country? It's the millions
and how many
millions.
people die from diabetes every year, complications of diabetes.